Bona nit, bona vesprada a tots. Anem a començar la roda de premsa de Gary Neville. Per favor, demanem la paraula a Cristina Lloret. Y comencemos.
Sí, hola. Hola, mister. Buenas noches.
Muchas gracias.
Rafa Villarejo, de la COPE. Usted dijo no hace mucho aquí que sabía cómo los aficionados se mostraban cuando quería un cambio en el banquillo. ¿Cuál era el cántico de los aficionados cuando deseaban que hubiese un cambio en el banquillo? Hoy me está ya cantado al unísono, Gary, vete ya. ¿Eso ha cambiado su postura? ¿Piensa en la dimisión?
No, I think we must focus on the last 8 games of the season. I think that, from my point of view, I recognise that the situation is not good, that the results are not good enough. I think the fans were frustrated during the game, and rightly so. I was frustrated as well. I don't think it's a time for excuses, but there were many things went against us today. If we talk about the football in isolation, I've lost 6 players in the last 24 hours. Barragan, Parejo, Alves, Sakiri, Santos and Gaia have all gone down in the last 24 hours, which obviously is unfortunate. We finished the game with 10 players. I thought that the second half we were doing very well up until the goal. I thought the way we were playing was good. In the first half, I think it was a game that I expected, because I've seen the Atletico Madrid game and I've seen the Athletic Bilbao games this weekend, and the teams who have played in Europe have suffered a little bit in terms of energy and in terms of just being able to have those games 2 in 3 days is difficult. And I think in the first half we suffered a little bit, but I still thought we competed and we were equal at half time. I think I've just heard the coach of Celta Vigo say he thinks that the result was a fake result, and I appreciate his words there, because I feel that from my point of view everything that could have gone wrong today went wrong in respect of what happened. It's happened 3 times to us now in the last 3 home games in the league. Bilbao, Madrid and here today, where we've been playing well up until 70 minutes and we're in the game, and then we lose 1 goal and the game goes away from us and is bad for us. And it's happened 3 times now, and we have to correct this quickly. But I'm focusing on the last 8 games of the season. I accept that the fans are not happy today. I think it was frustration, and I understand their frustration completely.
Gary, buenas tardes. Juan Carlos Alarcón, de Plaza Deportiva. Entendiendo todas las razones que usted está dando, la mala suerte con las lesiones, algunos malos arbitrajes, todos los problemas que están teniendo el Valencia, pero al final 14 puntos de 48 posibles que ha sumado el Valencia con usted en el banquillo. ¿Usted no cree que debería hacerse a un lado? ¿No ha pensado en hacerse a un lado para que el Valencia busque un revulsivo de cara a salvar la temporada, porque está a 6 puntos del descenso?
No, the results have not been good enough. I've been very clear about that. But from my point of view, I'll concentrate on the games that we have left and get to the end of the season. I was brought here for 5 months. I accepted the huge challenge that exists, and from my point of view, the results have been nowhere near what I expected, nowhere near good enough. The points we've got and received are not good enough at all. And in terms of the things that I've mentioned today, I'm talking about those things in isolation. I'm not mentioning those things in reflection of the games that we've had previously. I'm talking about the things that happened out on that pitch today, where we lost Santos 2 minutes before kick-off. So we had to change the team 2 minutes before kick-off. We then lost 2 left-backs in the game, which meant that we played the last 15 minutes with 10 men. These are not excuses. They're just things that went against us on the day. And from my point of view, I have to focus hard on the work that we have ahead for the last 8 matches, for the last 2 months of the season, to get the points that we need. And at the end of the season, the club can obviously look at that situation. But from my point of view, I'm committed every day. I'm here, and it's not my decision to think about what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after. I've just got to work hard. Simple as that.
Aquí, mister Dani Merañón, directo para Radio Sport y Deportes con Julinsa. Quería preguntarle, ¿tenía previsto irse con la selección inglesa en los próximos días o las próximas semanas? Viendo la situación tan grave que tiene ahora mismo el Valencia y todo el trabajo que queda por delante, ¿ha pensado en no ir con la selección inglesa y quedarse aquí trabajando con el equipo en lugar de ir con ellos? Gracias.
I've just spoken to Roy Hodgson. I am going to stay back in Valencia. for the first. Oh, sorry, pardon. I am going to stay back in Valencia. The players train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and I'm going to stay back and train with the players. I feel it's the right thing to do. Obviously, it's not an ideal situation in respect to the fact that, before I came here, I was a coach for the national team of England, an assistant coach, sorry, with 60 million people. But I understand the 2 or 3 million people here in Valencia deserve my time this week. The game is on Saturday, so I will go on Thursday afternoon. But I think it's right that I support the players here, the coaches here, and I remain here for the next 3 days. And that's why I've just been a little bit late. I've been discussing it with Damia, with the president, and with Suso, the sporting director. The last thing that I ever want levelled at me when I leave here is that Gary Neville lacks commitment, because it's not something that's ever been said about me in my life. And I have to say that obviously I have dual roles at this moment in time in respect of, I think you respect that I was an English coach for 3.5 years, and I love doing that for 3.5 years, but they are friendly matches next week, and they're very important matches for England. But I think also we have 3 very important days here coaching the players of Valencia. And I said to you last week, I've come to love this club and this city. I want to give my all to the club. I think they deserve absolutely nothing less. It's what I demand from the players every single minute of every day. So me not being here this week for the 3 days, obviously disappointment probably for England in respect of the fact that they've got very important games, preparation for a tournament in the summer. But I will stay behind this week, and I will go away with England on Thursday afternoon. The players have got a break on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So from that point of view, I'm only going to miss, I think, one and a half sessions, which is something that I think is acceptable. But this week I will stay behind for the 3 sessions because I think it's the right thing. I know you'll report that as panic, but it's not panic. It's it's something that I think is important.
Hola, mister, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches, Quique Mateo, gestiona Radio Valencia. Se lo pregunté en el Villamarín, en el campo del Betis, y usted creía entonces que no. Quedan 8 jornadas para terminar el campeonato, de las cuales 4 son contra Madrid, Barcelona, Villarreal y Sevilla. A 6 puntos del descenso, ¿su equipo debe preocuparse del descenso a Segunda División o usted cree que su equipo no está en la pelea del descenso?
No, I'm not thinking like that. I see the league table today and see that we're 3 points off, I think it was 9th place before the games today. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I know that the results change as the day goes on, but at the start of the weekend, for instance, last week we could have gone 8th in the league. So I think I'm still looking at the fact that we've got a good group of players. Yes, we have picked up some injuries this week, which means that we have to get everybody fit for 2 weeks' time. But from my point of view, we have to fight hard for every single game. Today was completely different than last week against Levante. I think you saw on the pitch today that the effort the players put in on Thursday night was big against Bilbao. And for 75 minutes today, until that goal went in, when we lost Gaia to the injury, we went down to 10 men. Then obviously the game became a mess. But that wasn't because of the players' lack of effort. That was because just the circumstances of what happened with us having 10 men on the pitch. And from my point of view, no, I think that if we can play with the same commitment we did today and again on Thursday against Bilbao, then that's what we need to concentrate on and work hard to get the points the club needs.
Señor Neville, Jordi González, Onda Cero, más allá del trabajo que se presupone, por supuesto, en su club, en sus entrenamientos, ahora mismo el entrenador del Valencia, ¿qué le dice a sus aficionados para decir por esto y por esto pueden creer en este equipo para las próximas 8 jornadas?
The performances that they've seen on Thursday night and the performance they've seen for 70 minutes today, that's why I believe. I think they've seen, for me, 2 good performances apart from the last 20 minutes, and I don't know why. We have to react better to conceding a goal. We conceded a goal against Bilbao at home in a game where we should have been 2-0 up. We conceded a goal against Madrid where we're fighting very hard against a good team, and then we end up losing the game. And we fight today until 75 minutes, and then obviously we lose a goal and the game changes for us. We have to react better to going a goal down. And from my point of view, I think that scoring first has become imperative for this team. It's become the most important thing because the confidence when we score first is there, but when we concede a goal, we suffer a lot.
Hola, Gary, Diego López para la cadena SER. Dos preguntas concisas y claras. La primera, ¿querría usted renovar en verano como entrenador del Valencia para la temporada que viene? Y la segunda, ¿quiere o agradecería que en este momento, a partir de ya, le destituyeran como entrenador del Valencia? Gracias.
I've just got to concentrate on my job and the work that I'm going to do tomorrow morning on the training pitch with the players. I think they're club decisions.
Salva Folgado.
Hola, entrenador, buenas noches. Salva Folgado para la 97.7 Radio. Hoy en Inglaterra se publica que usted tiene decidido no continuar como técnico del Valencia porque aquí no está a gusto. Me gustaría saber qué credibilidad le da esta información. Gracias. Lo publica Daily Mail en el día de hoy.
No credibility then? No. I've not even seen the story. You're telling me something I've not even seen.
Sí, Javi Lázaro.
Buenas, mister. Javier Lázaro de Radio Marca. Quería preguntarle por el caso de Fegulí, que hoy ya ha recibido algunos pitos. El hecho de que parece que no va a continuar el año que viene o que no acaba de renovar, ¿le hace plantearse a lo mejor no contar con él hasta final de temporada?
I think that we need at this moment in time all the players who are here to give their all, and I include every single player in that decision. There's no one that will be excluded from that point of view. I think that we're not in a position to look at one player or another. I think we just have to look at the individual situations in front of us. That's not my decision in terms of which players are here next season. I think it's the club's decision. I just pick the players that I believe are going to help us win the match.
Dos últimas preguntas, Carlos y Chema Mancha.
Hola Gary, Carlos Martínez de la cadena SER. Te voy a hacer una pregunta futbolística porque ha habido dos decisiones durante el partido que han encendido a la gente en la grada. Los dos cambios. El primero, la salida de Fegulí. Quitas a Rodrigo, que viene haciendo una mala temporada y justo hoy que estaba más o menos atinado, decides sustituirlo y meter a Fegulí, que no está muy afortunado. Y luego, sobre todo, el cambio de Negredo por Alcácer. En vez de mantener a Alcácer, sacar a Negredo, pero mantener a Alcácer en el campo, decides sacarlo y eso ya ha encendido a la gente. Te pediría la explicación de por qué uno y otro cambio.
Well, the thinking on two substitutions, I'm happy to go through it with you, was that on the first substitution, they had a right-footed left-back, and we wanted to try and get a right-footed player to go outside him and test him. We felt that Rodrigo obviously is left-footed and cuts back inside, so we wanted a right-footed player to go out the outside where we felt the space was. There was a lot of joy on that side, and that's where the thinking was on that one. It wasn't anything to do with Rodrigo's performance. I thought that he fought hard and did well in the game. And in terms of the Negredo substitution, I think that two things. One, would the fans have been happy if they'd have taken Santimina off, if they'd have taken Andre Gomez off? I don't think so. I think that from that point of view, obviously, we had to make a decision. And the second thing was that we felt that we wanted to keep the same shape. We felt we were dominating the game. We were doing very well. And we wanted to keep the same type of ethic and system that we'd been playing, where we have, rather than two complete strikers, we have Santi with a striker, because we felt that that's the right way for us to go in the game. And it was universal on the bench. It was something that I discussed with the coaches, and we felt it was absolutely the right thing to do. Obviously, it wasn't received well, but I think the biggest problem was that Celta Vigo scored within 30 seconds of the substitution, and I think that's what obviously created the greater frustration. I accept that you could say, well, why take a striker off when you're trying to score a goal, but I thought we were playing very well. And sometimes when you're playing very well in the game and you're dominating, like I felt we were doing well, that you should keep the same type of system rather than change the system. And I thought it was self-explanatory, to be honest with you. I think that obviously there was disappointment, but it's a football decision, technical decision.
Muy bien, gracias.
Gracias.